Welcome to Instant Discussions. For all intents and purposes, I am John.
And I am portraying the role of Steffan.
And today we are discussing Muppet Treasure Island.
I love that movie.
You picked this movie, yes?
Well, my counterpart did, yes.
Yes. Well, you're playing the role of Steffan today, so...
Today I am protesting the use of a crab where a bird should have been used.
Birds are always better than crabs, you're saying?
Yes.
Nobody likes
Who
crabs?
wants crabs? Honestly.
I'm gonna guess no one wants crabs.
Nobody wants crabs.
Alright, so Muppet Treasure Island. I've seen this film, I can't even count how many times. So many times.
How many times is that?
Probably like 20.
Okay.
I can't count that high. That's
After
just ridiculous.
rewatching the film, I realized I had not seen the movie at all.
Were you thinking of a different Muppet treasure film?
I think so.
Were you thinking of Muppets Pirates of the Caribbean?
Probably.
Well,
I had no idea.
was it? So this one was a bit of a surprise to you.
Yes, it was. I had no idea Tim Curry was in it.
Wow.
Just like Robert Downey Jr. last time.
You are ignorant of film, sir.
I can be, yes.
All right.
Particularly films from the 90s and before, when all I watched were movies like my mom watched, which were action films starring Antonio Banderas. And Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Get it? Seagal?
All right, so Muppet Treasure Island. What were your first impressions of the movie, having not seen it before, although you thought you did?
I thought it was really interesting, and I only realized after I started watching it was based off of the book.
The book, Muppet Treasure Island?
Yes, the book called Muppet Treasure Island.
I actually had that book, no joke. The novelization of this film, which was an adaptation of a book.
Video game, the movie, the video game, the movie.
Yes. The book.
The book. But I thought it was a lot of fun, and what's my favorite part? What's your favorite part?
Oh, let's see. I love all the Muppets.
Oh,
The
what's
Muppets
your
are pretty
favorite
awesome.
Muppet?
Oh, don't make me choose. So many. I always like when they introduce new Muppets for movies like this. This was the 5th feature film by the Muppets, starring the Muppets. This one follows The Muppet Christmas Carol, which was a similar adaptation of a book, classic story, done with Muppets. Have you seen Muppet's Christmas Carol? You think you did, but you probably didn't.
Probably not.
I recommend that one. It's a good one. They create these giant Muppets for the ghosts.
I really like the Christmas Carol.
Yes, a good story.
The one I remember is the one with Scrooge McDuck.
Yes, another good one too. Yes. But this one followed that in creating stories with them, and so you get a lot of the famous Muppets like Kermit playing roles that we already know, but then you get like the blind guy in the beginning. Get a new Muppet created just for this film. I really like those kind of Muppets in there too. Shows some creativity for them. But it's definitely a stretch from the original Muppet movies, which were more focusing on the adventures of the Muppets themselves, playing themselves.
Yeah, that was actually a choice I thought was really interesting, was how some of the Muppets, like Gonzo, were Gonzo, but then Kermit wasn't Kermit.
Yes.
I can't remember his actual pirate name right now.
Now, Pirate McCaptain guy, sir. Yes.
Why do you think it was like that? Why wasn't it just Captain Kermit?
Well, I think they wanted to be true to the story and have him playing the actual character. I mean, if you had Long John Silver just being called Tim Curry, that wouldn't really work.
No, not for him.
No.
But the Muppets!
I think the odd choice is having Rizzo and Gonzo play themselves, though it kind of inserts them into the story, though then you question, why doesn't Gonzo know Kermit in that way? And makes it a little more confusing.
I agree.
I
I thought that was really weird.
Yes. How did you like the music?
Oh, the music was really fun.
Very catchy music. I remember.
I think that might be my favorite aspect of the film.
Yeah, I saw this in theaters as a
Other than
child.
the Muppets themselves.
Yes, yes. I saw this in theaters as a child, and I remember coming home and singing all the songs because they were great. I liked them. I had cabin fever.
Yeah, Cabin Fever was really funny.
Yes. And it's interesting that this film is rated G. They don't really, they don't have bloody death in it, but you still have gunplay and murder.
That's true.
Could be a little, maybe PG scary, I would think.
Parental guidance suggested by Magic Ape TV.
Yes. Now, this film also didn't have the original voice actors assisting with Kermit and others. So you didn't have Jim Henson anymore. This was a post-Jim Henson Muppet movie. And many would say these were in the days that Muppets did not make good movies. Though
Interesting.
I enjoyed them, but I think until you got the most recent Muppet movies, there was a lot of critical dislike of these films.
I have to say, I do like the more recent ones better than this one.
Yes.
Like, Most Muppets Most Wanted was really funny.
Oh, yes. Definitely better than this one. The film made $34 million in the box office.
Music by one of my favorite composers, Mr. Hans Zimmer.
Yes.
Totally amazing guy.
I was surprised when I saw that, because I didn't know that he had done the music for this film.
It doesn't sound like him.
No. Well, some of the pirate stuff, maybe, the epic themes, but, Cabin Fever, doesn't really sound like a Hans Zimmer song.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. Anything you didn't like about the movie?
Anything, the comedy actually
What?
didn't, no, I didn't say I don't like the comedy. It just didn't hit me as much as I suspected Muppet comedy usually does. There.
Yes. There was...
Like, Muppet Vision 3D at Disneyland, I find hilarious.
I think you
This
got
one-
them all up, but it was kind of...
Why do I sound like Michael Jackson?
I think there was some comedy throughout, but it wasn't saturated. It was a little more saturated than it should have been. I liked Gonzo's lines when they're talking about washing the dishes. The kid says, "I'll wash," and Rizzo says, "I'll dry," and Gonzo says, "I'll break." That's some classic Muppet comedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
That stuff is good, but I think it was missing in other places.
The film holds a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, compared to last week's film, which had a 57% for
Much
Chaplin.
more appropriate for the film of choice.
Yeah, it's an appropriate rating for 70%, but it's just interesting that critics like this more than Chaplin.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chaplin was way more epic and, oh god, I'm not flying, hold on. There we go.
You can rest on the perch over there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh my god, yes. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank Jesus.
Rest your wings a little bit. There, little buddy. There.
Oh, my wings got so tired. What were we talking about?
I really hope everyone's watching the video and not just listening to the podcast of this at this point.
That would be really weird.
It's
If you're
fine.
only listening to the podcast, you're missing out on some fantastic puppet action.
You're totally missing out on everything. Yes. So, star ratings.
Star ratings, I will... What was yours?
I give this a 4 stars. Now, this is an old rating. It's a film I've seen a bunch of times before this. And probably if I had just seen this for the first time, I don't know, it might be a 3 if I have to compare it to the other Muppet movies. But I thoroughly enjoyed this, especially for the time when I saw this. So, 4 stars.
I did like the film. I know I can't give it a 5-star. I don't dislike the movie, so I can't give it a 1 or 2 star. But I don't think I can like it as much as you did. The comedy, I wish, just hit me harder. I think I was just expecting more, like, the stuff that's more current from the Muppets. So I'm going to give it a 3 stars right now. 3 stars.
3 stars. 3 stars.
Yeah, stop talking like me. You can't talk like Michael Birdman over here. You can't keep talking like,
Hey, I'm gonna come in. This is Tony.
monkey butt eating Estrada.
Oh no, he's got Ebola. Watch out.
No! Get away! I'm gonna give it 1 star. Wow, screw you
No!
guys.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Tony. We don't need to hear your 1 stars up in here. Enough of that. All right. Well, Tony, come back here. We need to know what you're going to pick next week.
Okay, let me get him. Tony, get out. Okay. What the heck do you want? You kicked me out of here.
What are you... Tell us what you're going to pick next week. We can all get out of here. No, stop that. This is a G-rated movie.
Oh, God.
Stop that. This is rated G. You're ruining the rating for everyone.
You know, I was thinking about for quite some time, and I think the best film that I could possibly pick, I don't know, I think it just came back on Netflix, I'm not sure, it was sometime in this past month, is, we did a lot of films by these directors, it's Basketball.
Basketball?
Yeah, I love that movie.
It's not directed by those guys, but we'll talk about that next week.
Oh yeah, it's just starring them, you're right.
Ah, you ruined it all.
It's directed by David something. But I don't know that because I'm Tony and I'm an idiot. Shut up!
I think he means David Zucker, who directed Airplane. But we'll talk more about that next week. He wouldn't know. Oh, Tony.
I said I know everything. Shut up!
Get out of here! Thank you for watching. And
I'm free!